Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My topic is health benefits of physical activities for older persons. Actually, my focus is on small research. So I'm sharing some of the small findings with you today based on physical activities of the older persons as well as their perceptions on what they do. This is my university. These are the faces of the members in Malaysian Aging Society. We have various ethnic groups, namely Malays, the Chinese, the Indians and others. And we have about 26 million population size at this point of time. So actually research on aging has actually gained popularity since 1990s. Maybe the gain of interest and recognition is partly due to scientific breakthrough and some findings, and some of the findings we have just heard just now has stirred some interest in this aspect. And maybe it's demand of society where people live longer now. We would like to know what to expect when they get old, which including me. In Malaysia, actually, the older person population has promoted some interest, and number of older persons expected to double from 4.3% 2002 to actually 8.1% to 2025. There was a mistake there. 2025. Right? This will be about 2 million. If I translate it into the number of people, it will be about 2 million out of 26 million people. And if you look at the statistics of 65 years old and above, which was reported from 3.7% in 1991 to 3.9% in the year 2000. And in fact, in 2007, it was reported that we have about 6.7% of people who are above 60 years old, which accounted to about 1.7 million of our population. So this has become has raised some concern about people in Malaysia, because we have a lot of programs, but there's no studies on the effectiveness of the program done in Malaysia. Maybe I would like to share with you. I agree with Mr. Chairman just now. It's difficult for us to define age. It depends on the culture and where you live. In fact, in Malaysia, anybody who are above 55 many years ago are considered as old. And now our retirement age is 58 as compared, academicians. 58 we have to retire as compared to the US counterparts, which is 65. So actually we age the minute we are born. And some people think that they have not done enough. Some people they just take up a degree course when they are 50 or 60 years old. There are people who get married at the age of 60 and so on. So when you start the age, it's a matter of, as Mr. Chairman said, age is only a number. Now, the study of health benefits of physical activities in older persons has become important when actually life expectancy has increased, though variably, and in fact, if you look at the medical advancement, so this has actually contributed to the extension of our life expectancy. So the discussion on health in later years is actually to get a perspective on the direction our own health behaviors may be leading us to. The study of health and aging actually will assist us to better manage the aging process of our friends and families. In fact, basically we have heard previous two speakers that even though we have some program for older persons, but yet we still have space and we still face some problems. Now, even though physical activities promote health, in fact, it is still an issue among senior citizens, because in the US it was found that about 25% for people who participated in regular 30 minutes exercise 3 days per week, and in fact they found that the inactivity increases with the age, and by 75 years old, almost 50% of them do not engage in leisure activities. Maybe the effect of fitness on longevity had no positive effect on the seniors. In fact, in one of the studies by CARP, it was revealed that 1 in 4 US adults lead completely sedentary lifestyle. That in Malaysia, one study about physical activities of 100 participants, 32 males, 68 females, aged between 55 to 65, it was found that 23% did not exercise. This is what we are looking into. And 25 exercise and 52 exercise sometime. So the purpose of this study actually is to determine the effect of a short physical activity program on the physical fitness of older persons and their perceptions on health benefits of physical activities. So this is actually quasi-experiment and survey research. Subjects are actually volunteers. It's not easy to get volunteers in Malaysia. People are shy. That was the reason why I showed you the photograph actually taken from pamphlets, but not photograph for the actual person himself. Conceptually, this should be the things that we're looking into. We have physical program, which is actually done at a public park where all these people exercise. So we have normal stretching, we have walking, which is 15 minutes 3 times a week. We have arm curl exercise, which is 4 sets of 10 repetitions. And the test we use will be 6-minute walk test, sit and reach, hit up and go, or 3-meter test, and then arm curl. Now, the perceptions of health activities is based on questionnaires. Alright, so among other things, we look into awareness of healthy living, and in terms of what they look at, their socialization, as well as their perceptions on physical activity on disease prevention, and in terms of benefits of physical activity on reducing stress, and also how do they feel after doing physical activity. Instrumentation, this is a briefly just to 6-minute walk test. Actually, the purpose is to assess the aerobic endurance, to assess maximum distance walk along the 46-meter course in 6 minutes. How far can you go? Total number of meters walk. 8 feet up and go. The purpose to assess physical mobility, power, speed, agility, and dynamic balance. To stand, objective is to stand from a chair, which is, depending on which study you look into, 43 to 46 centimeter height. Walk 3 meters at usual pace. Turn 180 degrees and walk back and sit down. Then the time taken in the shortest possible time. Scoring time taken in seconds. Arm curl, purpose to assess upper body strength. Objectives to correctly perform as many arm curl in 30 seconds. Dumbbell use for women is 2.3 kilogram and for men is 3.6 kilograms. Scoring total number of curl performed. Sit and reach test to assess hip and lower back flexibility. To reach forward as far as possible, and an average of 3 trials in centimeter. I've said just now, the second part of this study, actually a small study, is based on a questionnaire, which was based on 16 questions, and based on Likert scales of 5, which is strongly agree, undecided, disagree, and strongly disagree. Pre-test was conducted before intervention. Then the intervention actually is warming up 4 sets of 10 arm curl and 15 minutes walk according to their own pace. Post-test was conducted after the 15th session, which was 5 weeks. That's the reason why this program was said to be a short program. Just to demonstrate a short program can bring some benefit than 3 times per week. Questionnaire was distributed to participants by the research assistant and collected by research assistant after both sessions. procedure. It's the same thing as it's not. Warm up 10 minutes, uncurl 4 times 10, 15 minutes walk, cooling down 5 minutes. The results, again, the sample is small, 25, 11 males, 44%, and we have 56% female. Age 50 to 80, mean age is 69.5, plus minus 3.2 years. BMI 21.6, which is within the normal range, and then the waist and hip ratio is 0.9, which is a bit high risk group. I would like to remind the participants that some statistics in my abstract were actually wrong, one or two, but this is the correct one. So this is just to show you the test, the data that we collected, pre and post test. We found basically significant results for pre and post tests for almost male and female for almost all the tests, except uncurl for the